Welcome to another edition of the Bobby Cremins Show. Along with Coach Cremins, I'm Nate Ross, your host, and we'll talk about a lot of things for Cougar basketball. Two very good wins this week, right here against UNC Greensboro, Coach, and then we went across town to the Citadel and another good win. We'll talk about the highlights when we look at them, but just talk about the week in general.
Well, Nate, Greensboro came in here playing pretty well. And the first half, they took control of the game. And right before the half, Donovan Monroe made a couple of baskets, and Drew Godlock at the buzzer made an incredible three. And that changed the momentum going into the locker room.
Right.
And we had a great second half, hitting a lot of threes. Going across the Citadel, always a tough intercity rivalry. And we have great respect, for their perimeter game, particularly Cameron Wells, Urbanus, Don.
Yep.
Great shooters. We get off to a 17-0 start, Nate. 17-0. I thought, wow, maybe this could be easy. But in the second half, they cut it to 5, and we had to fight for our lives.
Well, we'll look at the highlights in a moment, but a little bit from those two games, Coach. 65 made field goals, 34 assists, and your two big guys, Trent Wiedemann and Willis Hall, for the week, 25 of 32, 66 points. Let's look at the highlights right now. Here we go, Coach. UNC Greensboro, right here in Carolina First Arena.
Again, Nate, UNC Greensboro came in here playing very, very well. They play a ridiculous schedule. And Mike DeMint had his team ready. And they're athletic. This guy's playing some great basketball.
Yes, he is.
Willis Hall. Again, with the loss of Jeremy, I think everybody understands our roles have definitely changed. What I love about Drew Godlock right now, Nate, everybody's keen on him, and he's making some great passes.
This is Cole with a jump shot. Nice lefty there.
Yeah, he was in the scouting report, left-handed shooter. See the passing going on right now. This is what I love. And he has a beautiful pull-up jumper, under control, square shoulders, Donovan Monroe. Again, I love the fake shot. Nice rebound by our freshman, James Carlton, who again, with the injury to Jeremy, has a complete different role. I love that. I love Willis taking advantage of opening the gap. Blocked by Carlton. Nice save. We get the loose ball. We get it going. And again, look at the passing. Look at that passing. I love that, Nate. You can't beat that.
That's what all those assists for the week.
Yeah. Monroe.
Donovan's really stepping up.
Finding the seam with that strong body of his. That's good transition by Greensboro. We slipped on that particular
That's
play.
Simpson for
But
Greensboro.
as you can see, Nate, we're in trouble. Now watch what happens. Monroe comes through, big three. Now he's going to get a steal. And all of a sudden, look at that. There's the steal. And watch this drive to the basket. And one. Now watch right before the half. Here we go. We're going to get the ball at Godlock. There's a nice play by Willis Hall.
Yep, and then Andrew hits the three to end the half.
And this is the shot that gave us the momentum. I thought he was going to force it, and he wound up making a great shot. Got to be frustrating for a coach.
Oh, sure.
But that just changed the momentum going into the half. Second half, great steal by Willis. Pass ahead. Donovan misses, but Antoine Wiggins is right there. Now we start to take control of the game. And there you see, look at that pass. I love that. We call that drive and kick, Nate. Real simple.
Well, your leading scorer leads you in assists. That's a plus.
Yes, absolutely. Nice rebounding by Wiedemann. Nice kick out. Look at the passing. Godlock on a fake. Look at that pass by Godlock. That's great basketball.
Oh, yeah.
And this is fun to watch. I love the mentality of Godlock right now. There's that shooter again.
That's Cole again.
Yeah. Now Antoine, now watch this, N1. I love the way he uses the glass there. Antoine's coming on. Again, Nate, if you ask me about our team, it's about a little bit more focus. With the injury to Jeremy,
Yep.
We realize that we're a different team. We've gone from a veteran team to a young team, and people realize that. That was a big three by Willis there. They see good ball movement and a great finish by Trent Wiedemann. And we're playing some good basketball, Nate. And it's fun to see. And, everything's going our way right now. There's Nori Johnson, a freshman. And this is Jordan Scott, very athletic young man. And we go on for another great home win.
87-69 win, and then crosstown, great atmosphere at the Citadel.
Well, Nate, Citadel's been up and down. But you know, a couple of years ago they beat us twice. Last year we split with them, and we get off to a ridiculous start, 17-0. I'm saying to myself, wow, I hope this continues. Good ball movement, but you know, the Citadel, Nate, one thing they're taught never to give up.
Absolutely.
They have disciplines ingrained with them. Great jump shot by Godlock. Nice pass by Monroe. You know, these kids from the Citadel, you know, they have discipline, and you know, the word quit is not in their vocabulary. This is a nice out-of-bounds play. My assistant, Mark Byington, and Willis all by himself, and takes advantage of it. Good call. That's one of the toughest calls in basketball, the charge block, but that was definitely a block. Good call. Willis Hall running the court and finishing. And Nate, all I can tell you is right now we're on fire.
Once again, great ball movement for an open jump shot.
And Citadel now is going to make a little bit of a run. We're going to go into the locker room. Nice passing, nice turnaround, jump shot, beautiful shot by Trent Wiedemann, our freshman.
And then this is what he does.
That's what he does. What
He does it well.
What are you going to say? What I'm really proud of this game, as we go into the.
This is right before the half.
As we go into the second half, what I'm really proud is Drew Godlock had 9 assists. One morning he gets a double-double, but it is. And you know what that says, Nate? He's thinking about his team.
Absolutely.
There's no personal agenda. Now watch the rebound here. Now this is when we're in trouble, Nate.
Yep.
Citadel cuts it to 5, and Trent Wiedemann comes through, and now all of a sudden now watch another great pass by Drew, and all of a sudden we go on like a 20-2 run after they cut it to 5.
Here comes Austin Dunn.
He can really shoot.
Yes, he
Drew
can.
lost sight of him there. You give him a little space, boom.
And not only did you get great passes, but they led to really nice buckets like that one.
Another great pass because Antoine's man was coming to help, and Antoine, he slipped it. Normally he's in the corner. See who passed the ball there?
Antoine Wiggins.
Antoine Wiggins. It's fun to see. There you see Drew coming off a screen and just nailing a 3. And what was great about this, Nate, was, as you mentioned, they had a great offensive rebound. They had a very good crowd,
Yep.
and they got back in the game, and it could have gotten wild. But we took advantage of a great run, and we did not allow the crowd to get in the game. Because I tell you, when they cut it to 5, they were getting excited. And this is the end of the game there. Jordan Scott makes a nice pass, a layup on a pass from
And then
Willis
Mr.
Hall.
Turok sticks one.
Yeah, walk-on from Columbia, South Carolina. Great road win, Nate.
Well, Coach, now it's time for our AT&T Play of the Week, and we've talked about it many times. When your leading scorer, who happens to be Andrew Godlock, is also your leading assist man, that's a great attribute for your basketball team, and that's exactly what happens in this play. Let's take a look at it now. AT&T Play of the Week against Greensboro. Andrew Godlock drives down the middle, a lot of blue shirts around him, and he finds Willis Hall for an easy layup. We're going to get a great view of it from court level. You'll see 4 blue shirts surround number 3, and does he force a shot? No. He makes a great pass to Willis Hall for the layup. One more time from the baseline makes it look even better. As you see, watch 4 shirts surround the best scorer in the history of the College of Charleston, and does he shoot it? No. A great pass to Willis Hall, your AT&T Play of the Week.
Today was the day that I put everything in perspective. I fell asleep, but when I woke up, everything changed and the skies turned off. That was before. That was before. You came along and you played me a song with a little bit of love and a little bit of yeah.
In the network, coverage is a beautiful thing. AT&T covers 97% of Americans.
Welcome back once again to the Bobby Cremins Show, and this is Cougar Conversations, and we have a redshirt junior, Antoine Wiggins, from Greenville, Tennessee, which is about an hour from Knoxville. We'll talk about that in a minute because that was kind of special this year going to Knoxville. Let's go back a little bit. Last year, you do not play because of the knee injury. Jeremy Simmons is injured now. You lost a whole year. We don't know what's going to happen as far as how many he's going to lose. How tough was that for you mentally? Forget the physical part. Mentally, of knowing you weren't going to play the whole year last year.
It was real tough, man. Like the whole summer, I worked really hard, like ready to have a good year and expect to play great, win the championship. And then like right before the season, like all that was just shattered from like one pickup game. So I'm pretty happy that I'm able to play this year. And about Jeremy Simmons, I'm sad that happened this year, but I think he'll be all right. As long as he got us as a supporting cast, we're going to make sure he stays strong.
Well, and that's what the team's all about. I mean, whether you're playing basketball, whether you're in the locker room, whether you're on a bus, it's all about team. How did you handle it mentally? I mean, it's one thing when you transfer to a school and the NCAA says you got to sit out, but you physically, after the surgery, couldn't do anything. I remember seeing you for a long time before you even started walking again. How'd you deal with that mentally? Did Coach Cremins help you out, the rest of your teammates, your family?
I mean, like some of my best friends in like the world on my team, so just them being on my team and being around them and knowing that they right there beside me helping me out the whole way. And plus Coach Cremins helped me out a whole lot. Anything I needed, if I couldn't move, he'd make sure he delivered it to me or have it delivered. So
you didn't abuse that, did you? Like, Coach, I need another hamburger.
Nah, I didn't do it. Not too much anyway.
All right, now this year you come back 100%. The doctors tell you you're ready to rock and roll 100%. When did you feel I can do whatever I want on the basketball court? Was it right from the beginning, or did it take a while to get back into it because you knew you just went through major surgery a year ago?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely took a while. I mean, it's a process.
Absolutely.
Because after you get hurt, it's just mental thoughts of you doing the same thing again while you're on the court. So I just had to be strong and stay confident that I had worked out and did rehab correctly. So when it was time for me to get on the court, I'd be ready.
Well, last year, and we even showed you with Chris Horschel in the big, I call it the swimming pool, the tank with the treadmill in the training room. And this young man worked very hard to get back to playing basketball again. Did that thought process go through, well, I can hit threes, that's easy, but when I got to go to the rack, there's people going to bump me around. Was it just, I got to do what I got to do to win, or did it take a while to get into that thing? Because now, the reason I'm asking, now, as the season's over halfway through, you're attacking the basket a lot more than you did early.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely took a while, because the way I injured it was attacking around, like being aggressive and attacking around. So like, I definitely had mental lapses of that coming through my head when I played in the game earlier in the season. So, but now I'm halfway through the season, and I feel better than I have.
You feel confident in that?
Yeah, so I'm ready to go and try to win a championship.
All right, let's go back a little bit. There's a team in Knoxville, Tennessee. They wear orange and white, about an hour from your high school. What was that like, first of all, to play them, and then you beat the heck out of them. You just didn't beat them, but what was it like just to go back there with all your friends, all your family, to watch you play at UT?
It felt great. I mean, I had a lot of high school people from my high school come to the game because they go to the university.
Okay, right.
And me coming, I went to high school in Tennessee, and them not recruiting me, I mean, that just made me
election incentive?
Yeah, that made me want to beat him even more. So it just felt good. And also for Tony White, I know he ain't never had a chance to beat him.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. All right, now, 5 minutes to go in the game. It's over. I mean, you're beating them bad. What kind of feeling is that in that arena, knowing we got him?
It felt awesome. It was the best feeling. It was the best feeling in the world, especially after the earlier losses to Maryland and North Carolina.
Close losses.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it felt real good.
What are your expectations? Season's not over, but it's coming close, and then it's tournament time. I know what you're going to say, but tell these people, the three guys that you started with are seniors. Yeah. Andrew Gowlock, Donovan Monroe, Jeremy Simmons. You started in that class. Now, obviously, because of the injury, you're behind them. But what do those three guys and this whole team mean to you when you're finishing your junior year up here soon?
They mean a lot. I mean, we came in together, and the whole, like, all 4 years we've been on the same goal, trying to get that championship, and we still haven't got there yet. So this year it's going to be the biggest year because it's our last chance. So we're going to give it everything we got and hopefully make the city happy.
You want to get it for you and the city. That's a great point. You also want to get it for those guys, I would think,
Yeah,
too.
I definitely want to get it for them because I mean, this their last run, so I'm going to do everything I can to help them get that.
The fact that the team from Chattanooga beat you, a little more incentive going back there, if you even play them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they beat us. They played a good game. I mean, we didn't expect them to be as good as they were, so when we go back, we're just going to have to be ready to play. We got to turn up the intensity a lot more and just be more focused and be ready to go the whole 40 minutes.
Antoine Wiggins finishing up his junior year. He's got one more after this and wants to finish it up in style. Thanks for being with us on Cougar Conversations. We'll be right back with more of the Bobby Cremins Show right after this.
Welcome back once again to the Bobby Cremins Show. And Coach, this is a portion of the show where we look at next week's opponents, and then we'll look around the NCAA, brought to you by our great friends at Piggly Wiggly. A lot of Southern Conference basketball to go, but we're stepping out of the Southern Conference Saturday night, 5 o'clock, ESPNU National TV right here, Bracket Buster. The Vermont Catamounts. You know Catamounts from Western, but the Vermont Catamounts coming in town with Coach Mike Lonergan.
Well, Nate, this is a Bracket Buster game, and we're playing against a champion.
Yep.
They've already clinched their league.
America East.
And like ours, whoever clinches gets an automatic NIT bid. Of course, they got to go into their tournament, and they want to win their tournament so they can get a little bit bigger prize, the NCAA. We have not clinched, but we're in first place. So we have two teams, first place in their particular leagues. So I think it's a great bracket buster matchup. They play a tough schedule like we do. And then as you mentioned, right after this game, Monday night, we have our last home game back into the conference. We have 3 more big conference games remaining that will determine the championship. And that'll be a very emotional night, Nate, because we're going to lose 3 seniors. We're supposed to be losing 4 seniors.
Right.
But, of course, last year, Antoine Wiggins tore his ACL. But, Nate, these seniors were our first true recruiting class. And it'll be a very emotional night, losing Donovan Monroe, Jeremy Simmons, and, of course, Drew Godlock, along with 2 walk-on seniors. So, but one step at a time. First Vermont, and then we go back in to finish it off. 3 conference games, 1 at home and 2 on the road.
And I know you want to mention something to the fans because that game will be on CSS against Sanford, and it starts at 7 o'clock. But you want the people to get here a little early because we don't want to mess with the TV schedule. You want the people in the stands when we send a tribute to these seniors.
Yeah, right after we come out and warm up, we will not go back in the locker room while Sanford goes into the locker room. We will have about 6-7 minutes to do our senior presentation. And then after the game, the seniors are going to stick around and say a few words to our fans. These are 3 special seniors. Of course, you know, how often does a coach get to coach a guy like Drew Godlock and then Jeremy Simmons and Donovan Monroe? And I'm so proud of Jeremy Simmons. I want to talk about him. This is a young man who's a senior who has to end his career on an injury, a blood clot. We're trying to keep a ray of hope, but more important than anything else is his personal health and his future. And if everything goes according to script, he has a great doctor here in Charleston. He will never have any problems with this again the rest of his life, and he'll be able to play basketball for the next 15, 20 years. And that is paramount to Jeremy. So I love his attitude. Nate, Jeremy is still with us. He's with us every step of the way, and I'm very, very proud of his attitude.
Well, I watched him at the Citadel before the game. He was fired up, slapping 5 with everybody. And talk about an emotional week. You got senior night, and then the season goes after that back to ASU on the road. So another tough game.
Nate, you know, we're coming down the stretch, and you know we're involved in a championship run, and we have not done that since I've been here. And to be involved in a championship run is really, really special. We have a chance, and it'll all be determined on how we finish. And you know, right now I don't have enough accolades about our team, how well they're playing, and I just hope it continues.
Well, I know this isn't the final goal, but this is the first step. With the win at the Citadel, you got the bye. So that's what you wanted to start with, and then we go from there. Yeah. I know you don't want to talk about that stuff, but it's a fact, and the fans need to know that.
Yeah, you know, the first 2 place teams in each division get a bye.
Right.
And that bye is very important going into the tournament the next week at Chattanooga.
Right. All right, now let's look around the NCAA a little bit. You coached in the ACC for 19 years. I know you follow the ACC as much as you do the Southern Conference.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're coaching
Yeah.
this one. How do you? I mean, I know there's Duke, and there's another Curry that had a heck of a week last
he
week.
did.
How do you see the ACC shaping up?
Well, it's big news, and the big news is, how many teams are they going to get into
Right.
the big dance? Are they going to get 4 or 5? I'm very biased towards the ACC, so I'm
Sure.
going to say 5. Boston College is looking good
Playing
there.
well.
But, like our league, the ACC got some big remaining games, so stay tuned and we'll be watching.
Southern Conference and ACC knows about both of them, obviously. We'll be back to finish up the Bobby Cremins Show with a couple little tidbits. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back once again to the Bobby Cremins Show. Big week for the Cougars this week as ESPNU comes in with the Vermont Catamounts and Coach Mike Lonergan Saturday right here in this arena at 5 o'clock. And then on Monday, a very big game and a very big night for Cougar fans. Jimmy Tillett and Sanford comes into town. 5 seniors are going to be honored before the game. The 3 Jordan Turok and Garrett Campbell, as well as Andrew, Donovan, and of course Jeremy Simmons. So Coach would love everybody getting their seats early because it's going to happen a little before the 7 o'clock tip because of television. And then back on the road again, Cougars go up to Appalachian State for a game in Boone. So Coach Cremins has a little emotion working. Seniors here and then back to where he started it all at App State. So it was a great week for the Cougars. It's going to be another great week for the Cougars. There's a lot of Southern Conference basketball yet to be played. The bye is in their back pocket. The championship isn't. That can happen this week as well. For Coach Cremins and myself, we would love to thank everybody for watching, and we'll see you next week once again on the Bobby Cremins Show.